Have you ever felt like your past is following you everywhere, no matter how hard you try to move forward? What if the only thing stopping your happiness is the pain you refuse to let go of? Today's story will remind you that sometimes the past is not a place to live, it's a place to learn from and leave behind. There was a small town where everyone knew everyone. In that town lived a young man named Arjun. Arjun was quiet. He didn't talk much. He always smiled politely, but behind that smile, he carried something heavy, something invisible, something painful. People saw him walking alone most of the time. They thought he was just a shy person. But the truth was, Arjun wasn't shy. He was broken. Years ago, Arjun had gone through something that changed him forever. A mistake, a failure, a heartbreak. A moment that became a wound in his heart. And even though time moved forward, Arjun didn't. He was still living in that moment, still holding on, still suffering. Every morning, he woke up with the same thoughts. I'm not enough. I ruined everything. My life will never be the same again. And slowly, those thoughts became his prison. Arjun once had dreams, big dreams. He wanted to become a teacher. He wanted to inspire others. He wanted to make his parents proud. But during his final exams, something terrible happened. His father got seriously ill. Arjun couldn't focus. He couldn't study properly. His mind was filled with fear, stress, and sadness. And the result? He failed. For the first time in his life, Arjun failed. His friends moved ahead. His family tried to comfort him, but inside, Arjun felt ashamed. He believed that failure defined him. Days turned into months, months turned into years, and Arjun stopped trying. He stopped dreaming, because deep inside he thought, what's the point? I already lost. The past became his identity, and that painful memory kept whispering, you're not good enough. One evening, Arjun sat near a river, watching the water flow. The river looked peaceful, but his heart was loud, full of regret, full of pain. He picked up a small stone and threw it into the water. Splash! And then he whispered softly, I wish I could erase my past. Just then, an old man sitting nearby turned his head. He had kind eyes, a calm face, and a gentle voice. He asked, Son, why do you look like someone carrying a mountain? Arjun didn't answer at first, but something about the old man's tone felt safe. So Arjun spoke. Slowly, he told him everything. The failure, the disappointment, the shame, the regret. He said, I can't move on. I feel stuck. My past keeps pulling me back. The old man listened quietly. Then he smiled softly and said, Come with me tomorrow morning. Arjun looked confused. Why? The old man replied, Just trust me and come. The next morning, Arjun met the old man. The old man led him to a hill outside the town. The air was fresh, the sky was clear. They stopped near a large bag lying on the ground. The old man pointed at it. Pick it up. Arjun bent down and tried, but the bag was heavy, very heavy. He struggled to lift it. What's inside? Arjun asked. The old man said, Stones. Arjun frowned. Why would someone carry stones? The old man looked into his eyes and said calmly, That's exactly what you are doing. Arjun froze. What do you mean? The old man tapped the bag and said, Each stone in this bag is like a painful memory, a regret, a mistake, a heartbreak. You keep carrying them everywhere, and because of that weight, you cannot walk freely. Arjun's throat became tight. The old man continued, Now tell me, is the past useful? Arjun nodded slowly. Yes, it teaches lessons. The old man smiled. Exactly. But is it meant to be carried forever? Arjun whispered, No. The old man said, "Then why are you holding on?" The old man picked up one stone from the bag and handed it to Arjun. "Look at it." Arjun held it in his palm. The old man asked, "What does it represent?" Arjun answered quietly, "My failure." The old man nodded. Then he said, "Now hold it tightly." Arjun squeezed the stone. The old man asked, "How does it feel?" Arjun said, "It hurts." The old man replied, "That's what happens when you hold pain too tightly." Then the old man took Arjun to the edge of the hill. Below was a wide open field. He said gently, "Throw it." Arjun hesitated. His hand trembled. That stone felt like his past, like his identity, like a part of him. "What if I forget the lesson?" Arjun asked. The old man smiled. "You won't. The lesson stays in your mind, but the pain doesn't need to stay in your heart." Arjun took a deep breath, and finally he threw the stone. It rolled down the hill and disappeared. For a moment, Arjun felt something strange, something light. The old man said, "Now throw another," and another. Stone after stone, Arjun began to cry. Not loudly, just silent tears. Years of pain leaving his hands. Years of regret falling away. And when the bag became empty, Arjun fell to his knees, breathing heavily. The old man placed a hand on his shoulder and whispered, "You were never meant to carry that weight forever, son." Arjun looked up with wet eyes and said, "I wasted so many years." The old man replied, "No, you survived those years, and now you can finally live." That day, Arjun returned home feeling different. Not magically perfect, but lighter. For the first time in years, he felt hope. The next morning, Arjun filled out an application to continue his studies again. People were surprised. Some even laughed. "You're starting again?" But Arjun didn't listen, because this time he wasn't living for his past. He was building his future. Slowly, step by step, Arjun improved. He studied with focus. He failed sometimes, but he didn't stop, because now he understood something powerful. Failure is an event, not an identity. Pain is real, but pain is not permanent. And the past is a chapter, not the whole book. Years later, Arjun became what he once dreamed of, a teacher. But not just any teacher. He became the kind of teacher who understood pain, who understood struggle, and who taught his students one simple truth: you can begin again. And dear listener, this story is not just about Arjun, it's about you. Yes, you. We all have stones, painful memories, mistakes, regrets, moments we wish we could change. But listen carefully. Your past may explain you, but it does not control you unless you hold on to it. Ask yourself today, how long will you carry what was meant to be released? How long will you punish yourself for what is already over? The past cannot be rewritten, but the future is still waiting. So let go. Forgive yourself. Drop the stone. Walk forward, because you deserve a life, not trapped in yesterday, but free in today. And remember, the strongest people are not those who never break. They are the ones who break and still choose to heal. If this story touched your heart, don't forget, your new life begins the moment you leave the painful past behind.